Hi there and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here today. My name is Heather Lloyd-Martin and I'm the CEO of SuccessWorks SEO Copywriting. So a common question that I always get is, how can I tell if my web copy is any good? And maybe somebody is asking that question because they've hired a copywriter and they're hoping that their SEO copywriter has provided them excellent copy, but they're not sure. They're not sure how to evaluate it themselves. Or it could be that they created their own copy and they've spent all this time writing it and they're so close to it they're not sure whether or not it's any good. So here are some ways to tell if your web SEO copy is any good. And the first test is simply, does the writing work? And this is something that is really easy to check out. It's looking at the copy, reading it, and asking yourself how you like it. And if you don't like your copy, maybe it's something that you've written or it's something that somebody has written for you. It could be a pretty good bet that other people are going to like it as well. So things to watch for is, the first one you see a lot is fluffy copy. And you see fluffy copy in a case of where somebody has been told you have to write 500 words on something that really is hard to write 500 words on. So what you have is a situation where a lot of stuff is in the copy that doesn't have to be there, and really someone is saying in 500 words what they could say in 250. So if it feels like the copy doesn't really have a point, that's a good tip that you need to edit it down and make it more readable. The second thing you see a lot is copy that's just boring. It could be because you wrote it and you were really tired, or somebody else wrote it and they don't really have that tone and feel and that voice down yet. And the third thing is copy that's not written very well. And a lot of this got taken out of the search index by Google's Panda update, but you still see it. Copy that is just sounds bad when you read it. It looks like somebody wrote it in 5 minutes with grammatical errors and spelling errors, and it doesn't quite make any sense. So just check to see first if the writing works for you, and that's a really good first test. The second test is to look at the key phrases and start drilling down from the SEO perspective. We talked about folks that write and they have this really long word count because they think they have to for search engines. There's also folks that will throw in way too many key phrases because they've been taught that you have to have a 7% keyword density, otherwise the copy's not right. And we've talked about before that there really is no such thing as a magical key phrase density. So if your copy sounds bad because there's so many key phrases on it, that's when it's time to dial back the key phrase usage and possibly rewrite it. Now, there's some folks that are so afraid of using too many key phrases that they don't use enough on the page, or they might not have any key phrases on the page. So that's something else to evaluate is, are the key phrases that you want to have on the page actually on the page somewhere, or did the writer just put it in the title and figured that's all they needed to do? And the third thing is to check for key phrase appropriateness. And this one can be harder if you've outsourced the copywriting to someone and they've chosen the key phrases for you. But just know that if you're in a very competitive space, and if you're targeting a very general key phrase like digital camera, that probably is going to be harder for you to position for because there's so many other sites out there that have that phrase on their site. So look to make sure that the key phrases aren't too general, that they're really specific for the page. And if you have questions and you did work with an outsourced freelance SEO copywriter or even in-house, ask them, how did you find the key phrases? Why did you choose the key phrases that you did for this page? And hear what they say. And the third test is for conversion power, because at the end of the day, we all want our sites to do something for us. We want folks to, if we have just a blog site, we want folks to be reading our posts and engage and comment and sign up for our newsletters and RSS feeds. If we're trying to sell something, whether services or a product, then we want to make sure those benefits are front and center. And it's really easy to have for people to take that next step and have a clear call to action. And if you're writing articles or even blog posts, and it's more of an informational type of post, but you are using that post to explain something else on your site, link it. So if you're talking about FAQs about a particular product, link into those product pages, or FAQs about a service, link into those service pages. Don't make that one information page kind of dead end where people can't take action. The name of the game is getting people moving around your site. So those are the 3 things to check out. If you're looking for more SEO copywriting tips, you can sign up at SEOcopywriting.com and for my free weekly newsletter and receive 30% off the certificate training. And if you have any questions at all or want to learn more about me and my company, here's how to reach me. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care and have a wonderful day.